Good morning. Hi, Debbie. It seemed like you guys were on here before me. Sorry, I know I'm a few minutes late. Welcome to Cosmic Coffee. How are we? What day is it? It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, or whatever day, whenever you're finding this. Are we liking more this happening at 7 a.m.? Okay. We've got some things to talk about this morning. And as always. But I've been deep in thought since my meditation. A bunch of stuff channeled in this morning in my meditation for me, which is always in turn also for you. And I had a totally different plan for what was going to come through for you guys today, but apparently I just need to let go of that plan. Good morning, Mia. We're going to talk today about being obsessed with ourselves in a few different ways. And we're going to do some subconscious reprogramming in the meditation to help us all stop being such assholes to ourselves. Where do I start? First of all, I need to start with this. This is something back when I had my yoga studio and doing moon nights and everything all the time, that I remember one of the rad formations that people loved getting the most, but was also the hardest for people, was unapologetically love yourself, or unapologetically be proud of yourself. I used to, in retreats and workshops, have women share with the group something that they're proud of, something that they love about themselves. And then I also did this with all of my rad girls classes and rad kids classes. And across the board, of all the things that I did to help people see themselves, getting people any age, the majority have such a hard time confidently saying something that they love about themselves and something that they're proud of. And the even crazier thing is that the hardest thing for anyone, the women I worked with, the kids, to say that they were like, was the hardest thing I used to ask them to do, good morning, Debony, was to share something that you love about your body. And I can't even tell you how heartbreaking it was to time after time see, like, girls, especially grade 2, grade 3, grade 5, feeling uncomfortable about saying this, not loving anything about ourselves. And right now, if I asked you guys, and I'm going to ask you guys to, in the comments, share, and I'm going to go deeper. We're going to get somewhere with this in this lesson this morning. Okay, so for you, I want you to share something that right now you are unapologetically proud of about yourself, something you have done, something you've accomplished. Do you know the number one thing that I have people say, and this is not because it's not something to be proud of, it is 100% something to be proud of, but I'm going to challenge you to push yourself. So before you guys even respond, the thing that I hear the most is, I'm proud of my kind heart. Okay, absolutely something to be proud of, but that's a fucking cop-out. Okay, we all have kind hearts if we're here. We're all empathetic. Okay, we're all here to help people, and we're all proud of this. So you can share that, but I need more than that. I need you to share something that you are proud of about you, and something that you love about yourself and the way that you are, something you love about your personality, and something that you love about your physical being. Okay, and you guys can resist if you're doing this live, but I will call you out, and you have this. You don't have to do this right away. Think about it if you need to, and I'm going to go deeper into this, but I kind of want to push you actually to do it now. And whenever you're doing this replay, and really feel into the resistance. Like, what is that discomfort? I'm going to help you a little bit with what it is, but feel that. Is it in sharing in it? Is it that you can't see or feel anything? And you know, I haven't been doing this stuff enough. I've been really stuck in the I guess human design world, and forgetting about all of these tips and tricks that I have in my pocket. Because when you see that resistance, I need you to know that that is one of the major blocks that you have right now to magnetizing what you want, to being happy, to being who you are. It is one of the main reasons that you are in your way, because you don't love yourself enough. You aren't willing to own how amazing you are, right? Because we have all of these insecurities that start, that's why I brought up the kid thing, way too young. And when I talk to kids about this, like, they don't even know why, other than that they see their mom, they see their dad, they heard their teacher saying these things about themselves. It's not even necessarily coming from like, oh, well, my friend told me that I'm ugly, or everyone thinks I'm stupid. It's usually the way they see adults acting. Okay, and this isn't to create shame or blame or guilt or in anyone. This is to bring this bullshit to form so that you can move it out of your way. Because we need to see things in us that we are using against ourselves. And so if we're out here trying to create these realities that we want to live, and we want all the things to support it, but our concept of ourselves, the way that we see ourselves is in being unworthy of this, it doesn't work as easily. Okay, so now how am I going to say? I have so much to say on this. And we're going to be doing a lot in in Untangled. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of deep rewiring, untangling, subconscious reprogramming in that, to remove all of this. So this is just a taste of how powerful this is going to be. But the first thing is, one of the ways that I see people get in the way of even just saying things that they're proud of about themselves, celebrating themselves, or, becoming obsessed with yourself. Like, I can feel my own resistance with saying that, in Untangled, we're going to all become not just obsessed with our lives, but obsessed with ourselves, obsessed with who we are. We're going to allow ourselves to be the wild, worthy, wealthy women that we are here to be, unapologetically, like no resistance. That is how we are going to identify, however that means for you, right? We got to remove some shit to do that so we can do it untamed. I said untangled and untamed, but untamed is the program. We are going to untangle shit in Untamed. But one of the things you need to know is, it is not narcissistic. It is not conceited to love ourselves, to become obsessed with ourselves, to make ourselves our favorite person does not make us a narcissist. Because the biggest way to know, the easiest way to know if you are being narcissistic or not, which I'm sure none of you are, is a narcissist is obsessed with themselves in the way that they are above everyone else, right? They're better than everyone else. People are lower than them. People are less than them. If you're having discomfort, if you're questioning or feeling uncomfortable in celebrating yourself and being proud of yourself, you're probably not a narcissist, right? Because we don't want to make ourselves more important than anyone else. If we don't, who will? If we can't make ourselves if we can't be our own biggest fan, if we can't make ourselves the biggest deal, right? The coolest person in our lives, then who the fuck is going to? Like, we need to change this paradigm. We need to be the most important person in our life, and it does not make us an asshole. It's actually the healthiest thing we can do for this planet, because I can tell you right now that the kids need it. So if you're doing it for, don't want to do it for you, do it for the kids, right? Make yourself an example of how we're all here to live. Think of any kids in your life, your own or other people's, or kids that you deeply care about. Can you imagine a child of any age that's not you, okay? Any kid that you care about. Can you imagine that child feeling the way about themselves that you feel about you? I know it's painful and I know it's hard, but it's all of us can feel that discomfort of even thinking about that, because it's a part of this human experience. And we aren't going to change that, but what we can do is we can lead by example. And for all of the kids that I worked with, and then working with all of their parents and their moms, and like bringing this up, and then women would have a lot of like shame as you see the ways that you're treating yourself wrong, or blah blah blah, about the ways that your kids are seeing that. All that kids love, safety and belonging. They need to be seen, they need to be loved, and they need to feel safe, but they want to feel safe being who they are, but they don't know who they are. And when they're looking to the world around them for the ways to be, and they're intuiting the ways that we are, that is what's programming in them. Kids need to see parents, adults loving themselves, putting themselves first, taking care of themselves. Kids are just seeing us all struggling and stressed and hating on ourselves. And that's what we saw. And that's where this comes from, right? And then there's, bullying and all the things when we're in that age of 8 to 14, when we're just learning ourselves and we say things based on what adults or other people say around us. And this concept of ourselves gets created. But now where it's time for us to create consciously the concept that we see ourselves as. And any way that you are working against yourself is exactly why you're not getting what you want, right? If you're trying to manifest and, you feel worthy somewhat, you know that it's possible for you to get what you want, but day in and day out, you're being an asshole to yourself, the universe is going to have a really hard time rewarding you for that, right? So first point is that loving yourself, being obsessed with yourself is not narcissistic. I'm not telling you to make yourself more important than other people. You just want to be the most important person to yourself. You're not higher. No one is higher. No one is better. There's no hierarchy. You just love yourself as you are, okay? That is the first key. Now, the next thing is that we have all of these insecurities that are blocking us. And a lot of us know what they are, right? But we have a lot of things that we just love about ourselves, more than you guys might even see, that we just feel about ourselves. Things that we believe that no matter what someone else says, we aren't going to change, right? So like, let's just say that I see you on the street and I walk up to you and I'm just like, ew, you have the grossest purple arm. Why is it twice as long as your other arm? I don't know where that came from. But if someone walked up to you and said that, you're going to laugh. You're going to walk away because clearly your arm isn't twice as long as the other one and it's not purple, I don't think, right? So that isn't an insecurity that you're going to ingrain in yourself. But all of these things, all of this fear of judgment that we have as we are putting ourselves out there more, the things that you're afraid of being judged for are, as you guys already know, but I'm reminding you again, all the things that you are afraid of being judged for are all things that you are judging about yourself, are all insecurities that you are holding, and are all the ways that you, again, are blocking your wealth. And I'm not just talking financially, I'm talking the wealth of opportunities, the wealth of abundance, the wealth of creativity, the wealth of everything that is here for you. But if you aren't being you and you aren't in your most magnetic frequency, these are the things stopping you. And as much as I don't like to talk about the negative things, we can't pretend it's not there. And we need to take our power back and realize that these things that we see aren't true. All of the insecurities I have about the ways I might be judged, the things people might say to me or in their heads about me as I put myself more out on social media, on YouTube, wherever I am, I can create that reality or not. And it doesn't really matter. You can be here perceiving me however you want. And 99% of the time, I'm not even going to know what you're thinking about me. There are those few people that are going to go and make comments or do whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, thousands of people seeing me, most aren't even going to say anything. And you're all going to perceive me in a way that is reflecting off of whatever I'm mirroring in you. What I'm saying is bringing up in you is going to mirror how you see me, right? So the only person, the only thing, the only way you can have a true concept of is you, but it needs to be rooted in what you want to see, right? Anyone else Okay, so Mia, Devaney, Taryn, you guys can all create your own concept of me, however you want, and probably pretty easily, right? You don't question it. Maybe you wonder about what I do when I'm not on the screen or whatever. You guys pretty much know my whole life, but I hope this is making sense. You guys can easily create whatever concept you want for me. I know you all, think pretty highly of me, and I am humbled by that. But I don't want you to think higher of me than you, right? It's easier for you to create concept, judgment, any of it about me. But we need to start to see ourselves. We need to start to make ourselves our priority. We need to start to learn about ourselves more than anything else. Like imagine, so say you meet someone new and you just think they're so cool, right? There's been a time in your life where you meet someone, or like there was a new celebrity or something comes into your reality and you like binge finding out everything about them, right? You just want to hang out around them, or they're like someone that's online and you find them on Instagram and then you binge their content, or you find a new podcast and you listen to it all, right? You need to start to do this for yourself, and all of the things that don't inspire you, all of the things about yourself that aren't exciting you, you need to start to change. You need to be obsessed with yourself and your life more than you're obsessed with anything else. And again, not because you're better than, but because why else are you here, right? I'm getting very excited about this concept or this topic. This is more than a concept. This is reality, okay? I'm going to read your guys' comments in a minute. But can you feel this? Like, first of all, the resistance to even talking about what you love about yourself. But I want you, and I know this isn't going to be fun either, but we need to be real. We need to be fucking real so that we can heal through this shit and be embodied, be aligned, be empowered, be comfortable with our own skin and magnetic to all that we want. Like, feel into this resistance. And I want you to look at your life right now. And don't worry, I promise we're gonna make this all better at the end of this call. Look at your life right now. How obsessed with it are you? Like, how much in your life right now is working for you? Like, for you, the way you want it to be. And if you're honest with yourself when you see that, and I'm sorry if it's bringing up any frustration or sadness or disappointment in yourself, that's not the point. The point is that in seeing and being honest with yourself, if you're willing to take responsibility and take your power, you're going to become so fucking empowered if you start to make the choices that are aligned with how you want to feel, with how you see yourself, with what you want for yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. I wish I could. I wish I had a magic wand and I could tap you all on the forehead and just reprogram your third eye so that you could see how incredible you are. I'm doing my best with my ways that I do to help you see all that you have inside. But if you aren't willing to see it and believe it and act on it, we need to start to make the choices that are aligned with how we feel about ourselves confidently, right? If you are having resistance to feeling confident about what you want to do, what you want to receive, how you want to be, that is what's making it not feel easy, right? It's so easy for us to stand in front of a mirror and pick ourselves apart. And that's really sad, right? We are so much harder on ourselves than anyone else. And it's the number one thing that I want to do in this world is to have you see that you need to love yourself just as you are. You are perfect just as you are. And that's not some lame blanket statement. There is absolutely nothing about you that isn't perfect other than your perception of yourself, your mindset, your concept of you is the only thing that truly needs to change for you to live as you're here to, which is embodied and magnetic, wild, worthy, wealthy. There's no reason that I get to that is more than that is, there's no reason that I get to and you don't get to. There's nothing. And any reason, whatever right now you are telling yourself is making you unworthy of doing or being in any way that you want to, you need to lean deeper in, because all of this is coming up for you to show you where you're blocking your creativity, your power, your magnetism, whatever it is. It's one thing to share outside of yourself when you're pushed, but it's a whole other thing to feel it and to reveal and allow yourself to start to change it. Okay, I'm going to read the comments. So Devaney said she likes her smile and legs and boobs. I'm proud of my adaptability. Okay. And Mia said, I'm proud of my resilience and to keep going, even though it can be hard and difficult. I like my strength, my ability to see the good in things, how I am optimistic, my knowledge, my hair, my eyes, my love for the ones I love. Beautiful. And this is what we need to do more of, right? And I apologize because I'm going to start throwing more parties for us to celebrate ourselves and everything that we're doing, right? We need to start to be proud of everything that we have done instead of focusing on the things that we haven't done yet, or the things we feel we did incorrect, or the ways that we're getting anything wrong. We need to see all that we are doing that is good for us, that is good for this world. But you need, if you don't have self-trust, if you don't have self-worth, if you aren't able to express yourself authentically, you need to look to why. We will let ourselves down way before we let anyone else down, right? We will break all the time commitments to ourselves, but we hold ourselves so accountable to these commitments that we have to other people, right? You commit to doing something, and a lot of us are holding on to commitments right now that are hell no, that are in the way, that are exhausting us, and instead we're giving up on our own commitments, right? We don't go to the gym, or we don't meditate, or we do these things. We sacrifice the things that we want, that are good for us, that are healthy for us, that make us happier people. We self-sacrifice all the time to do for others because we're trying to create some way that people see us. We need to flip this, right? We need to be willing to commit to ourselves and follow through. Now, if in that commitment you start to see ways that it's not aligned anymore, changing, pivoting is fine if you're doing it consciously. But when we're constantly just abandoning ourselves, giving up on ourselves, breaking commitments that we make to ourselves, we are losing a lack of trust in ourselves. And when we can't trust ourselves, it's hard to have that self-worth. And then it's really hard to express ourselves because a lot of us don't even know what we want to say or do, right? And if you right now in any way are feeling stuck, are feeling lost, maybe in some ways you're seeing what you want, but you're lost in how to get there. It feels so far away, right? Because you're putting limitations between here and then. The more that you become obsessed with yourself, with your life, with this experience that is only happening now, you will get where it is that you're wanting to go, only most likely faster, and it'll be even better than you can comprehend. But so many of us sit here playing on the emotional addiction patterns, the shit from the past, trying to figure out how, with these beliefs and these things that we see ourselves as, how we're going to get from here to there, to the goals, to the dreams, to the intentions that we're setting. Because we can have it all. We all know everything is limitless. And as much as I know that all of these tips and techniques that I'm giving you do work, like I'm on day 6 in a row of this really fucking working for me, because I have created a concept for myself of what works, of how it works for me to get what I want. And I'm also matching it with where I'm at right now and what I feel is possible overnight, right? Because our ego will sabotage us. It will overcommit. It will set goals and dreams bigger than our humanness and our consciousness can conceive of. So when our ego sets these lofty goals, right? And then we fail, which there's really no failing, but we don't hold true to it, our ego uses it as a way to prove that we aren't worthy, that we can't do it, that we don't really get everything we want, that we aren't good enough, whatever it is. I've seen it time and time again with meditation challenges. You know, if I do them for a couple days, usually everyone will, but if I do it anywhere more than a week, 2 weeks, there's some point where someone misses a day or two, and then it's just like, well, I might as well just start again next time, right? We just give up. And like, no, start now. Always start now. Always start now with whatever works for you. Who cares if you were on a roll for 2 years of meditating every day and you haven't for 2 months? For whatever reason, you needed that break. But if it's calling to you that it's important again, you need to go back and do it. We can reset at any time. We always have the power to choose what's best for us. But we create all of these ways that it's, that we need to do it, or the ways that we need to be, and to make anything work. And it's the way that works for you. If you want manifestation to be easy and effortless and sustainable, you need to do it living your life how feels best for you, right? If all of, my suggestions to journal, to script, to automatic write don't work for you, trust me, I get it. I resisted for years doing this. And when I did force myself, it was forced. So it didn't work. It wasn't for me then. It is for me now. And it is definitely working for me now. But visualization works for some and not for others. We need to do what works for us. There's a multitude. There is an abundance of techniques and ways for us to work with ourselves, to master ourselves, to feel and see ourselves, right? Whether it's meditation, breathwork, human design, yoga, astrology, hypnotherapy, obviously I'm going through a list of all the things that work for me, that are all the things that I do for other people because they work for me. And when anything works for me, I have this soul-driven desire that then I need to share it with others. But you need to find what works for you. And it may just be one thing. You don't have to learn 10 new things if that one thing is working. But if you're trying 10 things and none of them are working, then you probably need to do a little bit more soul seeking and searching of what's lighting you up when it comes to time with yourself, right? The next key I'm going to give you, there was a bunch in there. I don't number them because I don't know. The cosmos don't let me stay on track very easily. Self-intimacy, guys. I know I've been saying it a lot, but how willing are you to be in the moment, intimate with yourself, intimate like you want others to be? I know a lot of you are like me, where genuine, authentic connection is your biggest turn on. It is the best feeling in the world for me, is genuine, authentic, time stops, nothing else matters. You're just in co-creation of the moment with someone, whatever you're doing, talking, adventuring, having sex, whatever it is. If two people are there, consciously connected, creating the moment, that is the magic. Like, that is why we're here. We are here for relationship. We're here for connection. We are here for each other. We're here to experience ourselves through each other. But the thing is that we need more of us that are bringing our authenticity to the table, right? If we're all out here playing these roles and pretending that we're something that we're not, that's what we're going to get back, right? We're going to get back people in our lives that are insecure, that are playing a role, that are trying to prove something to us. And we all feel that. And then that connection isn't true. And there isn't safety and there isn't trust. And if we don't have trust, we can't fully surrender. And if we can't fully surrender, we can't have full pleasure. Pleasure comes through surrender. Pleasure comes through being in the now, through being present. But if we don't feel safe to be seen, to be held, to be heard for who we are, we don't let go. We have these walls that we hold up. And then these walls stop from the, we'll just say it, penetration of any kind of pleasure in any way. Right? Just that literal, like, you guys have all felt it, that being in flow state with someone else where you're just deep in conversation, right? Especially if it's something inspiring and you go in and you're just like in flow in it. And maybe it's one person, maybe it's a group of people. Everyone's there getting it, having their own, side to it, but it's in flow because we're all there in the moment experiencing it. But the minute that you're in conversation and, something comes up and you start to go to your past and you're out there now, you're thinking about things of the future or things that used to happen, you aren't feeling the now. You aren't letting that pleasure come in. You aren't letting the inspiration that is there, the ahas, the whatever it is, the joy, the laughter, right? You miss the joke because you drifted off over here, and that's fine. But when we start to see this and we start to see the missing link as to why we aren't enjoying our lives in every moment, we can make the changes. We need to feel and reveal what's in the way, what's not working, so that we can truly get what we want. We need to be intimate and honest with ourselves. And in any moment, you have this ability to go in, to breathe, to feel. When you're in discomfort, when you're frustrated, when things feel like they're not working, that is all, again, opportunity for you to see where you aren't choosing yourself, right? We need to celebrate ourselves. We need to be proud of ourselves. We need to focus on the light, on the good, so that it can grow and expand. But we also have to be intimate and honest and real with ourselves as to where we're limiting ourselves. What beliefs and thoughts are stopping us from taking the correct action, the inspired action, from taking that divinely aligned step? Because that's what I'm hearing from you guys, is that, like, how do we even know? You wouldn't be asking me what the next divinely aligned step is if you had trust in yourself. Do you see that? Because it's so clear. You know all the times that something's just felt right, like no question, and you've done it and it's been great. That is available to you at all times if you're living aligned and if you're listening. But when we spend more of our days stuck in these commitments and ways of being and beliefs about ourselves that aren't serving our highest and best, we feel like the good opportunities to take that step aren't there. It literally can be, instead of going for coffee with someone, you just need a bubble bath. That's what feels right for you. Like, the little things create the bigger things. It's enjoying these moments now, right? It's being in flow. And even if you look back on lately, maybe you're like me, and because you've been so in it, and as I said yesterday, again, this is where this work of being and creating in our feminine has this challenge, is that, there's this doing aspect. But if you're in flow being, the doing is so effortlessly handled by the masculine, right? Like, I was talking to a friend yesterday who's in a relationship again. So she's gotten back together with an ex, and she actually called me last week and told me how proud I would be of her, of my student. And because she's she's choosing, first of all, to give him space to be different, right? We all can change. But if we hold people to the ways of being that in the past haven't been right for us, then we're creating that reality, right? So she's giving him space to be how he's wanting to be and show up in this relationship, because this is a conversation they've had. So the next thing is that like she only knows being masculine in relationship, right? Planning, preparing, keeping her heart blocked out of fear of pain, of being let down, of being abandoned, whatever it is. But she's used to being in control, to making the plans, to doing the things. And so she's very much understanding that she's not going to feel in her feminine if she doesn't like surrender this control. But a lot of us women aren't willing to surrender this control because in the past it's been proven that things don't get done, and they don't get done our way, and we have all these, control issues, which is fine. It's nothing for us to hold against ourselves. And there's ways where, yes, it feels good for you to have control. If there are ways that feel good for you to plan and to do, that is fine. But we need to flow. We need to have trust. We need to have trust in ourselves. We need to have trust in the universe. And we need to have trust in the people around us that are co-creating with us. And so when now, going back to my friend, she has told him that she wants him to lead, and he is, and he's lit up by it, by making plans, by just telling her he's booking things or whatever it is, and she's trusting him to do it. And they're both so fucking happy, right? Because the masculine just wants to provide, right? At a biological level, the masculine just wants to provide. It wants to create safety and security. And the feminine wants to flow. It wants to be free. It wants to create. And it wants to know that it can trust in that it is going to be held. And again, this is the energy within all of us and in this world and within relationship. So yes, when we're in a masculine, feminine relationship, in any way that you identify, anyone that's identifying as more masculine and wanting to be that role and biologically feeling like they're needing to be that role to feel healthy, then they want to feel trusted. And when it comes to intimacy within relationship romantically, the masculine wants to feel trusted for the feminine to surrender and be present. And that is when the masculine will be present. And that is when true pleasure is created, because everything is there, right? And that goes into our whole lives, and that goes into manifestation. Because to manifest consistently, authentically, easily, effortlessly, sustainably, we need a balance of this being and doing, right? The masculine, our masculine energy needs to feel aligned. It needs to feel trusted by our feminine energy. Our feminine energy needs to just be in flow, while our masculine energy is doing the work to make it all manifest, right? The feminine is the magnet. It is setting the frequency. It is flowing. It is creating. And the masculine is then doing with whatever that is. It's taking the inspired action. But again, anywhere that you are seeing self-limiting beliefs, thoughts, actions coming up are what is stopping this from being consistent. We need to ask for what we want, but we also need to allow it, and we need to receive it, right? So one more example of my friend is, if she's saying one thing, right? If she had said, I want to be in my feminine, I want to trust, I want to give him the opportunity to like feel my trust and to show up. And then she just didn't, right? She didn't trust. She made the plan. She assumed he was going to fall through. That would take the joy, the pleasure, and the point out of it. We need to stop controlling. We need to stop controlling anything outside of ourselves. All of the control you're trying to have outside of yourself is blocking your feminine frequency is blocking your magnetism. Sorry, but it's also why you can't feel in flow all of the time. And as Mia said, like, the first thing she said is she's proud of her resilience. I guarantee you, all of us are proud of our resilience. All of us that are here have gone through so much to get here, and we should be proud as fuck of that. We should celebrate the hell out of that. But I don't know about you, I'm tired of proving to myself my resiliency. I'm tired of holding my shit together. I'm tired of controlling everything so that I don't fall apart, so that things work. I just want to live. I want to be free. I want to express myself however I want to in any moment. I don't want to be so contained. All the ways we're containing ourselves and trying not to be messy. I've seen the word messy trigger quite a few people in the last week. There's nothing wrong with being messy. Doesn't mean you're not clean. It doesn't mean that like things can't still look good, feel good. The messy feeling is because everything is changing and evolving within us, and we don't know how we want to be. We need to be in the experience of life now as our embodied self. And the more that we allow ourselves to do that, the easier it's going to be for us to find the magic, right? The magic, the miracles, the empowered ways of being are all in the chaos, the messiness, the crumbling, the falling apart of all of these things that we're trying to control and get and be. Okay, I feel like I should probably stop, or I'm just going to keep going forever, which is again why we have a 6-week program coming, because there's a lot around this and I really want to go deep into all of these points and more, because it's one thing to see it, it's a whole other thing to completely reprogram yourself so that these aren't even beliefs and thoughts and ways of being that are an option for you anymore. Your ego can tempt you with it all that it wants, but you're going to know so much more how you don't identify with any of that, right? Our self-identity is creating a reality, right? How you see yourself, what you feel worthy of, is all creating the reality around you. And it's time now for us all to be the conscious creators of our identity. You get to become right now whoever you want to be. Everyone can change, and everyone has the right to. But the reason that we think that we can is because we see people trying to change for other people, right? Trying to force that they, aren't this way, or they are this way because they're trying to please someone. That's not the changing I'm talking about. I'm talking about changing so that you are everything that you want to be. Because here's the trick to this, is that every way that you want to be, everything that lights you up about feeling, about expressing, is you. It's just that all of this other stuff that is in the way has been conditioned and created for you to protect yourself, or to please someone, or to get something. You will get everything you want and more when you allow yourself to be everything that you innately are. None of us are going to now, in creating a highly aligned concept of ourselves, none of us are going to create based in, we're gonna have to fight against the insecurities and things that we have. But if we're doing it based in self-mastery and seeing ourselves, we aren't going to do it in a way that's like, I want to be this condescending asshole that's out here to just take from people. Like, none of us are going to create that concept. None of us are going to create that identity. All of us just want to be who we are. And all of us know who we are. We just need to remove all of these stories that are telling us that we don't know, that we aren't good enough, that we aren't worthy, that due to X, Y, Z, we can't be that way yet, right? Due to X, Y, Z, others won't see us that way because they see us this way, you don't actually get to know that. You can't be in anyone else's head. You can perceive and predict and try your best to read the minds of the people that you see seeing you. Guaranteed, you're going to get it right very little. Very little. I have no idea what you guys are sitting there thinking about me, but I would rather create that you all love me and this is resonating and that you want what's best for me and you want me to do all of this for me, right? And even in that, like, I can feel my human being like, ugh, don't say these things. You sound full of yourself. Like, I get it, guys, but we need to change this paradigm, right? We need to so badly. We need to celebrate the fuck out of ourselves. We need to be proud of ourselves. We need to know that we're worthy, right? I need to sit here and know that I'm worthy of sharing these things with you because I actually am really fucking proud of the work I have done to undo all of the insecurities and the ways that I used to sabotage myself. No matter how much I was told I did good for someone, I helped someone, it created so much shame and blame because I wasn't being myself and I wasn't applying what I was teaching to me. I could see it for everyone else and I could teach it and I can believe it for anyone and I know that it's true, but I didn't feel any level of worthiness around actually embodying that. And I had to do a lot of work to untangle that because it was stopping me from feeling worthy of embodying my light and my truth because I wasn't living it, right? So I had imposter syndrome. I felt fake. I felt like I was needing to prove. And it wasn't because what I was saying and teaching and showing you within you wasn't real. It was because I wasn't living it. I was living it probably like 10% of the time in comparison to how much I was teaching it. I was completely sacrificing and abandoning myself to please and prove and show up for everyone else. And as much as that did serve in a lot of ways, it wasn't what it is now. It wasn't as good and it wasn't sustainable for me. I had to find the way that I needed to see and find and become intimate with myself so that I could trust myself, so that I could love myself. And it is a journey, but I'm stopping in any way feeling like it's hard. I've created the belief and the concept and the knowing that the easy, most effortless thing for me to do is to love myself. Even recently when I've been slipping into humanness a lot and getting stuck in lower vibrations, even though I knew better, and then being hard on myself for that. I've allowed all of that to be what it was and show me what it did, and now I've moved beyond. And that is the journey of self-mastery. And that is why we're here. Okay, TED Talk over. I hope that this helped and brought up some ways that you are blocking your magic. Okay, now let's do a little meditation and subconscious reprogramming work to help you move beyond all of this. So doing whatever you need to get comfortable. Somewhere ideally where you can close your eyes. Now, this is going to work even if you're just listening. It will work, but I highly recommend that if you can, and if you can't right now, you come back to this and you find space to close your eyes and go within. So closing your eyes, placing your hands on your knees, index fingers and thumbs touching, relaxing your shoulders, feeling a long line from your sit bones through the crown of your head. Focusing in on your breath, feeling your masculine energy here, feeling your masculine holding you, feeling yourself still, present. And then as you breathe, allowing your breath to be the flow, flowing in and out in this moment without resistance, just feeling your breath moving in and out of your being. Feeling your physical being holding the breath as it moves and does what it needs to. Feeling as you breathe deeper and deeper, your self-surrender to feeling safe, secure, held in this moment. Feeling your presence, knowing that right here, right now, you are whole. You are worthy. You have everything you need. Just feeling the truth that you are exactly where you need to be with everything that you're meant to have. As your breath flows in and out of you, just connecting deeper and deeper to whatever you are feeling. Allowing your presence and your attention to ground you into this moment, anchoring you into the light that you are. Following your breath in and out of your body, effortlessly, easily. Flipping your palms upwards now. Index fingers and thumbs still touching. Continuing to breathe however feels best for you. Bringing your awareness to your third eye. Focusing on the space between your brows. As you focus on this space, starting to see, envision, imagine, feel somewhere that is happy for you. Starting to create in your mind, in your third eye, somewhere that feels good, where you feel free. Maybe you've been there before, maybe not. Somewhere where you feel enlivened. And just seeing what appears. Maybe you're perceiving it, hearing it, seeing it, but just knowing that it is there. This space where you feel safe to be all that you are unapologetically. Somewhere where you feel free. Just taking in whatever's around you. Taking in wherever you are. And then starting to see yourself in this space. The you that you dream to be. Your highest version of you, the most confident, empowered, magnetic you. Just creating yourself there, seeing what you're wearing, how you look, what you're doing. And then as you focus on yourself, your highest self, focusing more and more in how you feel. What does it feel like for you to feel free? What does confidence, empowered, magnetic, embodied feel like for you? Feeling it through your being. starting to see as you focus on this version of you, that you are the only you there, seeing yourself now as your highest self, feeling yourself embodied as your highest self in the highest timeline that you can imagine. You have all the confidence. You have done all of the things to know all of your worth. How does it feel? What are you doing? What are you wanting to do? What are you creating? What does a day in the life of your highest self look like? Feeling what it feels like to have no shame, blame, guilt, judgment, fear. To just feel free to live authentically, confidently, expressed as all that you are. What do you do? Who is in your life? What does your ultimate, easy, effortless, flowy day look like? It's creating this all, feeling it, feeling what it feels like, allowing yourself to reveal anything that is here for you to feel. Taking in the embodiment of your highest, of the best, brightest, most empowered and embodied you. Feeling all of her confidence. With all of this confidence, with the self-knowing, the self-trust, the self-love. What is she going to do next? What is her next thing, her next step? What legacy is her light here leaving? What is that light, that legacy creating in this world? Bringing your awareness now back to your third eye space. As you gaze to this third eye space, seeing a light here. As you focus on this light, seeing this light expand, filling your whole inner being with bright light. Noticing the color of the light, feeling the light, knowing that this light is expanding, awakening, igniting all of the light codes, all of the power within you to move through whatever you need to now to get where you know you're here to go. Knowing that this light is programming in you on a conscious level just how powerful you are. It is upgrading, up-leveling your frequency, making you more magnetic than ever before to everything you need to move through whatever is limiting you. You are now the most embodied, empowered, confident version of you have ever been. There is no going back. as the insecurities and the challenges appear, you will now know that they are not yours anymore. You are bigger, you are brighter, you are braver, and you are boldly going forward in pursuit of your passion, living on purpose, living embodied in all that you innately are, trusting yourself more than ever before, surrendering control and allowing yourself to flow effortlessly, easily, where the good energy leads you to go. You have nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. You are seen, you are safe, you are guided. Everything is happening for you to live your highest and best, to receive abundance with ease. You are the embodiment of your highest frequency, your highest vibration. You are magnetic to all that is for you, and everything that you are dreaming of, desiring, everything that you are here for is manifesting into your reality in divine time, easy and effortlessly. And all you have to do is be here, present, in your light, living for you, feeling all of this is truth, knowing that it is, bringing your awareness now to your heart, seeing in the center of your heart a magic 8-ball. This 8-ball has the answer, the ultimate answer right now that you are seeking and searching for. Seeing this 8-ball turning, spinning, as you ask whatever question or just stay open to receive whatever message appears. As you focus on it, seeing now whatever clarity, confirmation you need to appear. Receiving it. And then creating an I am embodied statement. Creating your own. What are you embodying? What are you ready to express? What are you magnetizing consciously? Feeling it is truth, stating it is truth. Bringing your hands together at heart center. Bringing a smile to your face, excited for all that you have just ignited within you. Knowing that a wealth of miracles and magic are now here for you. They will all be revealed in expected and unexpected ways as you live your life for you. You are worthy. You are ready. Allow the magic, receive the miracles, and live the life of your dreams. Blinking your gaze open to your fingertips. Namaste. Thank you all. Now, I'm going to encourage you, if you want to take this one step further, I'm going to pull a few cards to wrap this all up. But if you want to take this one step further, finding paper and a pen and writing that out, scripting out whatever you just felt, whatever you committed to, what the movie was that you created of your dream day, your dream life, stating it as truth. This is the life I'm living. This is how I'm being. This is my concept of myself. Like, really making this your reality. Now you can just sit and feel about it, think about it, be about it. But if it calls to you to write it out, I encourage you to. Or to just ask your highest self who is here right now. You are currently embodied in the highest version of you that is here to be you right now. Ask yourself anything, everything, whatever you want to know. And I will get a few more messages to give us clarity as to what we need to do to really make this all happen. I got a new deck yesterday. I'm very excited about it. I'll show you it in a minute. If you guys want to share anything that came through for you now or in the replay, go for it. Okay. I know this call's long again, but I just have so much to say to you guys. Okay. Let's see the message we have. You can mute or pause me if you want, if you're writing. Okay. Okay. Very clear. If you are here, you know on some level that this is all true, that you are here to lead, to guide, to be a mentor in whatever way is going to appear for you. You don't need to know. You just need to focus on the light. You need to listen to the truth. You need to follow what feels right for you. You need to allow yourself to create, to birth, to flow, to receive the medicine that you need from your own light. You need to go in as often as possible. You need to be more in yourself than out in the world right now. And the more that you go in, the more you're going to see your light, the more you're going to feel the guidance that is coming to you. You have no more need to dim. You are safe. You are seen. You are ready to be felt for all that you are, but you need to allow yourself to live in alignment with what feels good for you, to trust in the guidance that is divinely leading you where you're meant to. You are here to create and be heaven on earth. You are heaven on earth. You are the center of the universe. And as soon as you start to realize and see that, everything will become easy. You are here to be a goddess of light in your own way. And through doing that, you are going to inspire and ignite light in others that is going to bring more peace, more harmony, more abundance to you and everyone else. Allow the light to flow through you now. more than ever before. Okay, I'll show the cards. We got mentor. Also, stay open right now to any new things that are inspiring you, any new lessons or learnings, but not from a place of needing something, from a place of learning more about yourself, right? Anything that is inspiring you to discover more of you, follow that if it lights you up. Sacral chakra, create, birth, be the creative being that you are, be in flow, let that fierce feminine energy lead. Receive all of the magic that you need, that you hold within. You have to drink the magic first so that it can overflow into everyone else. You need to focus on the light, receive the light, be the light, beam the light, and know that what you want wants you. It just wants to see where you are. So all you need to do is be the light that you are. You are now. You have the power of attraction. You're going to attract what you are, right? So you have to be conscious of whatever. You are more powerful than you've ever been right now. You are going to magnetize and manifest whatever you are. So consciously choose what you are embodying. And I would go, if you don't know where to start with whatever came through this morning in this call, whenever you're doing this, and let go. We keep getting this card. Release all of the allegiances, release everything that is stopping and blocking you from being fully expressed in your light. Listen for the truth. It is there in every fucking moment. The truth is there if you're willing to listen in. And be honest with yourself. Lumeria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. There's no going back. It's already happening if you're here. And Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Follow it. Follow the guidance. Share your guidance. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Within the energy that you're giving and receiving. If it doesn't feel like light, boundaries. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming to your light to fit in? I think we brought that up this morning. So however you're seeing from whatever came up, don't use it against yourself. Use it as an opportunity to start to choose better. And if you allow yourself to just take one divinely aligned step at a time, in pursuit of your passion, of your purpose, it will be revealed. It's just consciously committing to being here now, and you will see where you're dimming, where you need boundaries, where you need to be the light that you've been training to be. The age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay? You're ready. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? We all know. Now it's time to do it. Okay, so these are the new cards. It's the Divine Feminine Oracle, which it was only one calling to me, and it just felt right for Venus retrograde. I haven't got myself new cards in a long time. So we got Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Amaterasu. I've been reading the book, trying to learn these cards while also intuiting what they're telling us. Amaterasu, whatever. The goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Choose consciously the lights that you're around. Anyone that's around you right now that is making you feel like you need to dim in any way, see that there's a change that needs to happen there, okay? Because it's revealing something in you that either you need to own, that you need to choose to change, or you need to just be away from that mirror if it's just simply not healthy for you. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this goddess's name. The mystic of peace. I am peace when my mind is clear, the way is clear. I love that, but that is her name. I will learn them all, I promise. And then Bridget. So we got Saint Bridget and Bridget, the goddess of the internal flame. I am an internal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. So divine for today. And to end this, take that with you, okay? You are an internal flame, an internal light, and each day we are just growing our light brighter every day. Just grow your light brighter, your flame brighter by 1% every day. Choose yourself a little bit more, 1% every day. And in 100 days, we'll be 100% better, right? That's how that works. Okay, I am going to read Mia's comment and then we will officially wrap this up. I am proud of, oh no, that was your last one. For me, it's showing up for my kids and immediate family. Every time you ask us to dream and see what we dream of, I see us on an acreage creating a legacy for my kids so they are totally self-sustainable for life. I wanted and will build them a legacy for their lives so they don't have to worry. Clark needs more, and some days I feel like I cannot deliver in ways many think I should be showing up for him. I'm in the pull with that too with Isaac. So much is out of our hands with the services that have been promised. The delays in the system is not something I want to wait for anymore. So to that, what your higher self wants you to know, and for us all to hear, is yes, that is totally all valid to feel and magical to know that because all that you're seeing of that legacy is what is going to happen. It is all going to happen. What you want wants you, right? But right now, whatever you're all going through is to learn and grow, so that you can do that sustainably, right? You love all Isaac, but you love Clark completely, wholeheartedly. I know that child feels it in every cell of his being, and that is the most important thing you can do. You are doing everything that you can. You need to put you first, though, is the thing that for all of us, but I really want to say this to you, Mia, is that yes, I totally believe and know that is all true and going to happen for you, and that you are here to create this epic life for your kids, but it doesn't come through you sacrificing yourself. They don't want that. Isaac doesn't want that, and the world doesn't want that, and the universe definitely doesn't want that. You sacrificing yourself, your peace, your happiness, or telling yourself in any way that you're not doing enough, that you're not good enough, that you need to do more, is what's stopping you. And I get it, because if putting ourselves first feels like other people are going to think, that we don't care enough, or that we aren't doing whatever for them that we need to. It's not true. You love them all and clearly are here for your family more than anything else, but it doesn't come through you sacrificing yourself. And anyone else, whatever you all saw or heard or felt, same goes for you. None of what you're seeing of that higher timeline of the reality that you really are here for, whatever came through, are all ways, they're all things that you are here to receive. But they don't come through your abandonment and self-sacrifice. They just don't. Okay? Mia said that hearing me read that made her tear up, and that she loved the cards. You're welcome. Thank you for being here and co-creating this magic with me. I hope that you all take whatever empowered you from this today and move fiercely forward in pursuit of living passionately. It's okay to live wildly passionate in wanting to build this epic life for your kids, but enjoy it, right? Choose yourself through it. Having these purposes, these intentions, these goals, these things that we're here to do is great, but we need to be in it for ourselves too, not just for them, right? Know that you are wanting to do this for all of you, Mia, right? You're an incredible mom and an incredible wife, and you need to take some of the burden and the pressure off of yourself, because they're responsible for this too, and you don't actually get to control how any of them do this life thing. And the more that you are an example of living and creating the life that you want for all of you, the easier it will be for your kids to be everything they are. And I know the sacrifices you're making to let them have everything that they need, but they don't want to see you. Trust me, I've worked with kids enough. The number one thing kids don't want to do is see their parents not loving themselves, right? When I work with kids in self-love, and most of them don't know what that is or what it feels like, it's because the world around them isn't mirroring it. You choosing you is the most important thing you can do for them, and that's when everything is going to come through. You'll trust the right divinely aligned step, and they will start to as well. They all have their own divinely aligned steps. And it will all flow and work together cohesively if you're all being your best selves. And this works for everyone in every way. I promise you. And anything that is out of alignment will be clear. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Please share, if you do the replay, anything that you feel called to. Know that you are seen, you are guided, you are loved, and you are safe to be the self-expressed light that you know you are. Okay. Have fun. Be fierce. Be free.